Thanks for your time, Nikhil, and congratulations for the tech innovations that Coursera has announced today. Could you please throw some light on what are the innovations and how are they going to help the Indian learners?
Yeah, so I think we've got several innovations announced today. One that I really would like to highlight is a new capability that we've launched about the ability to code and do software programming within the environment of the browser. A lot of our Indian learners come onto our platform to learn programming and coding, and we've now given them the ability to be able to do that programming and to submit their work online within that browser environment, never having to leave the browser environment. So this makes our coding courses very approachable for all of our learners.
Sure. What is the kind of output you are seeing amongst the Indian learners when it comes to adopting courses from Coursera-like platform?
Yeah, so India is a huge success story for Coursera. It is now the second largest market for Coursera, second only to the US. We have about 1.8 million learners on the platform, and we grow that learner base by about 75% year on year. So it's the fastest growing market for us anywhere in the world. Until last year, China was the second largest market, so it's always good when India moves ahead of China on something. So it's great to see India move into that second position. What we are seeing with Indian learners is a tremendous commitment to the courses once they've signed on to it. So completion rates, for instance, are higher amongst Indian learners than almost any place in the world. So education remains the most important way for Indians to improve their careers and get better opportunities, and we see our learners invested in improving their careers by taking our courses.
Sure. Can you please explain the demographics of the learners at Coursera within the Indian geography?
Yeah, sure. So our Indian learners tend to be between 25 and 35 years old, which is not atypical for the platform as a whole, but Indian learners are more concentrated in that area. They tend to be young professionals who are either working or just about to start working, and they're looking to further their careers. They're typically looking for courses in technology or data or business, which is the prime areas for Indian learners. About 25% of our learners are women, and that's below the global average, but that's something that we hope to be able to change in the coming years.
Sure. When it comes to online courses, I believe a lot of Indian learners are still apprehensive about choosing in between online and offline courses. What are the kind of challenges that are really involved in, while one is selecting an online course or an offline course, and how are you trying to address those challenges?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I think at the end of the day, where we are in terms of the technology and the pedagogy, that there isn't much difference now in terms of the learning experience that you get online or that you get offline. I think the most important thing is what is the quality of the content that a learner is engaging with, right? That's the key difference. And if you look at the Coursera platform, well, you've got 146 of the world's best universities. So when you compare the online and offline, you have to say, I'm going to compare an education from Stanford or Yale or Princeton or Columbia or the University of London or the HSA Business School in Paris compared to what your offline local college is offering. And I think in that sense, the quality of what we offer is so significantly higher than what's available in the offline environment that difference between online and offline completely blurs.
Sure. Do these courses anyway help an Indian learner make a career or get a job enhancement?
Yeah, absolutely. And we see this across the platform, but we see it even more so in India. And I'll give you several proof points of that. Firstly, we do a learner outcome study on a regular basis. So every 6 months, we do a survey of people who've completed courses on our platform. Our surveys show that career learners, people who come to our platform to advance their careers, about 90% of them in India report some benefit from our learning experience. About a third of them actually report a tangible benefit. A tangible benefit could be a promotion, a pay raise, a new job, or starting your own company. And that proportion in India is higher than anywhere else in the world. So clearly the learners are reporting to us that they are getting a benefit out of our courses. The second proof point is LinkedIn. Right, as you know, LinkedIn has got badges where people put their credentials online. Well, the Coursera course completion certificate now is the second most posted badge on LinkedIn. So people are signaling to potential employers that they have been, and to the network, that they have got advanced their capabilities, skill sets and competency by doing courses on Coursera. And the third sort of proof point of this is employers themselves. So we did earlier this year launch a new business line, which is Coursera for Business, which is we sell our platform to companies for the training of their existing employees. And that business has become so successful in such a short period of time that it's clear that companies also value what we have to provide to reskill their employees. So I think there are lots of very good indicators that we provide tremendous value add to India career seekers.
Sure. What are the top technologies where the jobs are actually happening right now, and what are the top technologies where jobs are phasing out?
So I think in terms of the new in-demand areas, clearly the whole area of big data analytics and data science is a huge in-demand area. Indian IT companies in particular are beginning to focus their attention on building that capability. We just did a partnership with a very big Indian IT company where we are engaged in training their engineering recruits and into data science specialists. So that's a big area of growth. Anything around artificial intelligence, robotics, machine learning is a very high demand area and continues to grow as well. We see continuing demand in healthcare, and healthcare technology in particular as a big growth area as well. Clearly, knowledge, anything that's related to knowledge, so education, both at the school level as well as the college level, those skill sets are always in demand as well. So we really see what I would say a set of high demand careers based around the knowledge economy.
Sure. And the second part of my question is, what technologies are phasing out when it comes to adoption, when it comes to getting jobs?
Yeah, so I think we're seeing a clear move in terms of technology towards cloud and mobility, right? These are two big areas, so everything is going on the cloud and everything is mobile at this point. That traditionally, I think, spells trouble for those technologies that are in-premise based technologies, right? So some things that are fixed and cannot be accessed, those technologies are going to suffer in the coming future.
Sure. How are online courses helping Indian learners to get employable? And how are you trying to reduce the gap in between what skill sets are in demand and what skill sets they actually bring to the table?
Yeah, so we continue to monitor. We have a content strategy team that's always mapping the highest in-demand careers globally. So we map on a regular basis the 20 most high-demand careers. And we go to our university partners and also our industry partners to source content that provides the skills and competencies required for that particular career. And that refreshed content, which we refresh twice a year now, becomes available to our learners around the world, including those in India. And that's how we continue to make sure that we are providing cutting-edge learning and being able to support the career needs of our learners.
What are the major problem areas that you see with Indian tech learners, and which are actually different from the other geographies?
I don't think we see any significant problems. I think Indian learners are extremely motivated. They're extremely self-driven. They're sort of didactic learners. They can teach themselves how to learn, which is a key area. I think we always provide very affordable education. So I think one of the constraints of the Indian market is affordability, right? And our learning is priced at levels, Coursera course is between 2,000 to 4,000 rupees, right? And we offer financial aid as well. So we make our cutting edge content very affordable for Indian learners, and it overcomes that barrier for them as well.
Sure. You just mentioned about the top jobs that your team researches on. Could you please share the top jobs in the tech industry in India right now? If not 20, then any number that you feel like.
Yeah, I think so. Clearly, as I said, anything related to cloud mobility, so computer science as a whole, data analytics, business analytics, these are all the high demand areas for them.
Sure. Thank you so much for your time, Nikhil.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.